am on the side of Bali that gets a true sunrise, so I'm rushing to see it. A lot of the dive boats are out. I guess it's a good day for diving. And it's low tide. What a beautiful view. There is a snorkeler in the water right there. Scared me a little bit. I don't know if it's clear enough to get a full sunrise. Although maybe I'm on the north side of the east side of the island, so maybe I'm too far north to get, or I'm facing the wrong direction, because there's a mountain that might stop my sunrise view. I love waking up wherever I am early enough to see a sunrise. I do this pretty much everywhere I travel because everywhere sunrise is a little bit different and it's always beautiful. There are so many dogs. They've been barking at each other all night long. Ahmed is not a quiet place. It might be a quiet town, but there is so much noise at night. Which doesn't bother me because normally I sleep through it, but alright, I don't know if I'm gonna get a true sunrise because I've got 2 minutes. Got a little friend coming to watch the sunrise with me. Well, that was it. Oh my god, the bugs are so bad. I don't know if flies are eating me. I don't know if flies are eating me alive or if it's mosquitoes. But something is. Yesterday I woke up with 8 bug bites on my hands. I was so not happy. I don't know if it's possible for the camera to pick it up because it's so far away. But along the horizon line of the water, you can see all the little shadows of all these little boats that are out at sea, either doing diving or fishing, which makes sense because I think the direction most of them are in is where the the reef is. Yeah, I don't know if it quite focuses on it, but all of the little dark specks on the horizon are all of these little wooden boats. So cute. Alright, that is our sunrise view. Okay, so I am officially leaving tomorrow. I have the taxi secured and a new place to go. I am going to explore a different side of Bali. I'm just ready for a different pace. And that means that I have to pack. That is what I'm working with. I kind of packed the other day when I thought I was going to be leaving ASAP. I ended up staying an extra day or so, and that's fine. But when I packed, I just tossed everything together, and that's not very efficient. My taxi tomorrow is dropping me off in Kuta, and then I have to get a different one to my hotel in Canggu. He really did not want to drive me the whole way. I told him that he can just drop me in Kuta, that's fine, and I will get a taxi to where I'm staying because it's easy to get taxis there because it's a city. So I'm returning to Kuta in a day. I'll get to see what it has to offer that I missed the first time. But because he is dropping me and then I'm hopefully going to explore a little bit of Kuta before I go on to where I'm staying, I am very aware that I'm going to have to be dragging my suitcase around with me. Oh my gosh, little kitty. I'm going to have to drag my suitcase around with me. I'm going to have to drag my stuff around with me, so it would be so much easier if everything would fit in my suitcase plus my little backpack so that I don't have to have another bag on top of that. So honestly, when I was packing originally, I was packing to go to Thailand, and I was packing to go to Thailand to go to a gym to study martial arts for a few weeks. This little cat is still outside looking at me. So I wasn't really planning on spending months in Asia, and so this isn't necessarily how I would have packed if I had known that that is what I was going to be doing. But we are here and we are making do with what we have. So rule number one of packing: if you pack it, use it. Don't pack things that you're not going to use. If you're not going to use it, don't pack it. Which sounds really obvious, but when you're packing, there can be a lot of things that you think you need that you don't actually need, you just think you need, and would be helpful if you would actually use them, but are things that you're never going to use. For instance, my resistance band. When I actually work out, I use this a lot, so it's good that I have it along, because I was in Thailand working out for weeks, in which case I use this at home to work out. But now that I'm in Bali, I have not been very good at using that because it's so hot here and I haven't really had a good space to work out in. Would I still pack that yet next time? Yes. And my time in Bali is not over, so maybe this is more of a mental note of I need to actually use my resistance band. Then I have things like organic spirulina powder. I did bring this all the way to Asia with me. I probably wouldn't bring it again if I was going back and repacking. If I had a kitchen and I was making smoothies every day like I normally do, then I would be using this. But because that's not the case here, I'm not using this. I did use it in Thailand when I was cooking more. I had my own kitchen in Thailand. I had a little house in Thailand. I wasn't in a hotel. And I did use this. But here in Bali, I'm in hotels and homestays, and I don't have a kitchen, and I'm not doing my own cooking, and I don't have a blender to make my smoothies, which is what I put this in. So this is kind of a waste of space, but I'm also not willing to throw it out. I have several winter, okay, I say winter, this is not a winter piece of clothing. This is a zip-up athletic jacket, which is definitely like sheer, not wintry at all. But I have one pair of jeans, one pair of long leggings, one sweatshirt, and then that zip-up jacket. And those are like my warm clothes, which I bring because jeans are pretty versatile. Like I could wear jeans at night here. I wear jeans at night in Thailand when I'm like going places. The rest of it is good for like on the airplane, because even if you're going to Thailand, you're not starting in Thailand, and so dressing like you're in Thailand on an airplane is ridiculous. So I do have like a few warm clothes, not very many though. It was like a really big deal for me to find and get a pour over coffee situation. And I even still have the filters, which I didn't use. I use this every single day in Thailand. And then I decided that I drink too much coffee when I have it at home. I decided that coffee is something that I'm willing to pay for out. So then I don't have to have tons of it at home, which means I drink less of it. And also, like, getting coffee is more of an experience. And I'm willing to go out and pay for coffee, sit at a coffee shop, drink my coffee, have my coffee moment, and not have it be something that is just like permanently in my hand that I'm drinking all day, which is how I normally do it in America. Slippers. In Asia, you don't wear shoes in the house, or Europe really. So my slippers come in handy when it's cool enough to wear them, although in Bali it is really not. My boxing gloves, which were for Thailand. Then you get miscellaneous bags of just like everything ended up here that I didn't know where else to put it. It is like a month and a half into this trip in Asia, and so I have lots of things that have been finished, leaving me empty containers. Something else that I'm going to be working on today is putting things that are in big containers into tiny containers so that I can throw out the big containers. Not that Bali is a great place to throw things out, because their trash system is not well sorted. However, I need the suitcase space, and hopefully the things that I throw out can be recycled, and hopefully they have a way to do that. When I travel somewhere like Asia, where the laundry situation is less than reliable and or ideal, I always bring at least 2 weeks worth of underwear so that I know I don't have to wash anything, and I'll be fine until I have the time to figure it out. Honestly, I brought a lot of things that I was planning on throwing out before the end of my trip, because wear and tear on clothes over here is real. I don't bring things that I really care about clothing wise to Asia because I know that there's a good chance it's going to get destroyed. Either like I'm sweating a lot because of the hot climate, so it just gets a lot of sweat, so I wash it more often, or someone else is doing my laundry and who knows how they wash laundry, and like you don't know what kind of soap is on it. And when I do Muay Thai at the gym, you know, those clothes get washed like every day. So clothes over here just go through a lot of wear and tear. So I don't bring clothes that I love as a general rule. And this time happens to be like the 3rd time I went to Thailand in the past year. And, you know, I knew that I was doing it this way. And so I brought a lot of things that I don't really feel the need to keep after this. Also knew that like coming somewhere like Bali, I might want space in my suitcase to take back souvenirs. And so I'm being really conscientious of that with what I'm keeping, what I'm getting rid of, moving my things into smaller canisters so that there's more space so that I have space to take other stuff with me. All right, I've got an empty suitcase to start things out with. This is a carry-on sized suitcase. I didn't bring a big suitcase this time because I've gotten into situations where I have to lug all of my stuff across towns, across places, and if I don't need that much stuff, I'm not going to bring that much stuff. I prefer traveling with something hard shell rather than like a backpack. I probably have the amount of stuff that like a backpacker brings to Asia with them, but I just don't like the backpack life. I am like a suitcase girl, and so I bring a suitcase, but this one is a carry-on size suitcase, and I am going to pack it with things. Right, I need a snack to do this. All right, I just took my third shower of the day because it's so hot outside. Now I'm going to tackle the packing. And that is all of my stuff packed away. So I'll have my suitcase, which I'm not going to bother trying to close yet, but it will close. It's packed well. And then I'll have my small backpack, and I will do that tomorrow morning. The room I'm in obviously has bunk beds. I'm the only one in this room, and I got it for a deal because they changed the price based on occupancy. So I think I paid $35 plus tax for this room for the whole time. I tried changing my hotel date and it won't let me change it to shorter. I mean, it told me it wasn't going to refund it, but I only paid $35 plus tax for the whole time, and I've been here over a week, so it feels like I've already gotten my money's worth. I'm not really concerned about the few extra days that I've paid here. I'm just so ready for a change of pace, and I mean, it's been really nice being in Ahmed, but also had some drawbacks. I am just ready to go somewhere else. I am a city person to begin with, and the past 2 years I have been traveling around the world, and I've just loved traveling for the sake of traveling and seeing new places. And I have been some pretty remote places. Like, this isn't even that remote for me. It's just a sleepy little beach town, but there are people here. I have traveled places where I didn't see another person for like multiple days because no one was around. So this is not that remote, but it's not what I want for this trip, and I have enjoyed being here, but I am not trying to hole up in a corner and get writing done, which is something that I do sometimes, and it works out because I get writing done, but that is not what I want for here. And so I am just cutting my losses and getting out of this town. It's pretty if you're looking for like a laid-back beach town. I probably would not solo travel it again, and it's definitely not as fun without your own mode of transportation. But I am grateful that I'm all packed up and I finally have a plan, kind of. And I still have to work out the details of what I'm doing, but things are changing and it's a good thing. And it's a relief to have my bag packed, because yesterday I had to sit on it to close it. Hopefully I don't have to sit on it again today. And hopefully all of this little stuff fits in my little backpack. And my taxi is not one that I booked online, it's an actual person. So they better show up tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna say about that. My luck in taxis though, you never know. Thanks for hanging out with me on another day of my Bali adventure. I will see you in the next one.